Hey there citizens, and welcome to Casablanc's gaming channel. My name is Black, and today I'm trying to bring some hype into your lives for the next scheduled update to Star Citizen, which is patch 3.14. So why am I so excited when I'm sure you might have seen or heard some of the other content creators and players not so excited? Well, stick around to learn more. All aboard! Welcome back. So first off, let me throw out a disclaimer. I'm a positive person. I don't think I'm too positive to where I'm blinded by reality, but I do try to keep things positive even in the face of overwhelming negativity. I try to view things not just from a fan who is eager for new content, but also from the point of view of those who make the hard decisions and to be understanding about content schedules. While I do think the past is important when defining current actions, I also think that current climates can have their own unique properties which can affect things in a different manner. Many people say that they are patient and they want content when it's ready, but so many lose that point of view when their favorite gameplay feature is pushed back. Even though the roadmap is nothing promised, they have words like tentative to describe the current most applicable state of said feature. Many players still take that word to be a promise. Good game developers don't make promises. They make assumptions and guesses based on their current definable information, and on any given day, the state of something can change and throw a wrench into the works. Anyone who has dealt with computer tech, whether that be hardware and especially software, knows that anything can happen. In one moment everything is fine, and the next weird things start to happen, and the cause can take hours or days to track down. With programming, this is multiplied by 1,000, especially when it comes to something as aggressive in vision as Star Citizen. It is this understanding that I have always applied to the games I am anticipating and why I admire successful game developers. One other really quick disclaimer, 3.14 is currently on the Evocati test server and is under an NDA, so I will not be showing any of that footage, only actual release footage from the most current CIG official videos. However, I will try to match up the footage the best I can to what we've seen released in episodes of Inside Star Citizen, and also I will provide descriptions of things I have seen leaked on Reddit from Evocati, which you are welcome to go check out for yourself. Now, on to the hype. So right before Invictus Week started in May, CIG dropped a roadmap bomb and removed a few key gameplay features such as medical gameplay, personal inventory, FPS radar and scanning, and hacking from 3.14, pushing them back to 3.15, and then some other features even further out. I think this move was admirable. They could have gone the greedy route and not dropped the news before one of its largest ship buying events, but they didn't. They shared the bad news before the event, and to me, that is a sign that the company has learned from some of its past mistakes, but also shows some signs of confidence in its plan and vision. Some of the features pushed back were things I myself were looking forward to, if not more than some of what we will be getting in 3.14, but that does not deter me from being hyped for 3.14. Now, I know at the beginning of the video I threw a slight bit of shade toward other content creators who have posted videos and social commentary on their displeasure with 3.14. They, like me, have a right to their opinion, and while some might have simply been trying to stir up views, I myself do not believe in putting content out based on my channel's lower views. Every game has info droughts, and after Invictus Week, I know that some of the more popular channels probably took a dive on their weekly views. That's just the nature of the beast. I have purposely waited to put out a hype video or any commentary on 3.14 until we started seeing what was coming out of Evocati. I guess that's the difference in style and substance for my channel. I want to give you, the viewers, something to watch based on as much info as we know versus conjecture. As I go forward into this hype video, I think you will see what I mean and realize that even when something like the new power management system is added, which is something we knew was going to be in-game, the actual notes about the addition to it in Evocati provide a much clearer picture than of what we first knew. So, let's talk about the most current features that we know is in 3.14, at least as of this video, and build up that hype because I think you will agree there is a reason to be hyped. Alright, so what is confirmed for 3.14? So far, the huge implementation will be the new landing zone Horizon. How many planetary capital landing zones are currently in game as of 3.13? There are 3. We are getting another one, making that total now up to 4. This, of course, does not include the removed planet. I am just talking about what is currently in game. That's a big deal, not to mention that this planet is unlike the others because it's a gas giant. Anyone who has seen The Empire Strikes Back has been hyped for a cloud-based gas giant planet to fly to for years. After seeing the season finale of Inside Star Citizen, I can say that the hype surrounding Horizon in terms of the design and beauty are real. Aesthetically, they nailed the look. The new cloud system is not even in its final state yet, and as of this video still has some visual fixes to make, but already looks figuratively and literally out of this world. There are many differences between all of the capital cities on the various planets, and Horizon's shipbuilding theme is on full display in so many cool ways. All I can say is that I cannot wait to get there to shoot footage and to take epic screenshots. So where does this go on my hype meter? Well, adding a new landing zone is a huge deal. It is no small undertaking, not to mention the teams had to also add a hospital, which will feature heavily into the new medical gameplay coming soon. My only problem with Horizon is what I have with pretty much all the landing zones currently, and that is that they're laggy places that I try to avoid unless I absolutely have to go there. In the future, with server meshing and other engine improvements, things will be a lot better, if not great, but for now it's hard to get extremely hyped for something I will not utilize except when needed. But I do value the addition and see it as a great step forward, not to mention that it also opens up the entire gas planet and a future pressure system, which I hoped would be added in this update, but it's not looking likely. I give this feature a 3 out of 5 on the hype meter, meaning the train has arrived at the station and I'm ready to board. However, I'm still hesitant about getting on board because my boo has not arrived yet to see me off. Sad face. However, there's more to Crusader than just Horizon, and for Crusader itself, even without the pressurized system, I am glad to have a real gas giant in the game, and as funny as it might seem, I give it a solid 4 on my hype meter due to the awesome volumetric cloud system that will be implemented here and in later patches across the other worlds. Moving on, let's discuss another rather large confirmed game feature with apocalyptic changes, which will be for ships, and that is the Power Management System version 2 introducing capacitors. John Crew caught all kinds of hell and has been quoted so many times since saying these fateful words, and even though he tried to backtrack on them a little, many have thought he was probably dead on the money. Well, after seeing the most recent Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live, where Mr. Crew himself discussed the many intricacies of the new Power Management System version 2, I have to say that he was not misquoted at all. As of right now, next to mining, ship combat is the most played gameplay loop in the game. If you want to make money, you more than likely bounty hunt, as it is currently the fastest moneymaker. When you watch streams, it is of one of the most streamed gameplay elements. When you think of huge sci-fi franchises, flying through space and having ship combat almost immediately comes to mind. Ship combat is what Chris Roberts is known for, so of course, introducing major ship combat changes is gonna be huge and impactful, and ship capacitors fits that bill. The changes coming as part of 3.14 reaches out to every ship in game. The HUD is all new for every ship as well, as is the ability to move power around for short bursts to one of the 3 specific features: thrusters, weapons, and shields. No more holding down your trigger finger with what seemed like unlimited ammo and energy. Now you will need to use timing, coordination, and skill to take out other ships. To me, this is the top feature of 3.14. I do not want to play down all the hard work that the designers did on volumetric clouds and Horizon as well, but redoing all of the ship's weaponry, shields, and thrusters will have a much larger impact on the game and will be what carries players over to 3.15 and beyond. On my hype meter, I give the Power Management V2 system a solid 4 out of 5 on my hype meter, meaning the train has left the station with me on board and I'm excited for the destination. Now, going hand in hand with the power system for ships is the updated missile guidance and control rework. This is going to make combat have an even greater edge and provide even more thought and skill-based combat tactics, which is nothing but all win. This rework gets a solid 4 on the hype meter as well. Update 3.14 feels like a hand-in-hand update because so many of the features touch one another or overlap. Such is the case for Missile Operator Mode, which allows co-pilots the chance to do something more than get kicked out of the pilot seat so you can use your quantum drive. I know this was fixed with patch 3.13.1, but still, it's nice to see co-pilots getting something to do. Allowing co-pilots to control missiles is a great start to bringing in what will eventually make this game soar, and that is allowing others to do stuff on the ship so you can use teamwork to overcome the odds. I hope they will allow co-pilots to soon use the power management system as well, because that is when things will start to get really interesting. Anyway, because my wife and I are so looking forward to this feature, I give it a 4 on the hype meter. So now let's discuss another new feature, and that is radar scanning and pinging. This update feature is another great addition to the game and will provide more substance to everyday gameplay, whether that is mining or ship combat. Remember earlier when I mentioned the 2 most played aspects of Star Citizen and streamers who play Star Citizen, and this is the feature that will touch on both of these major gameplay loops. Because of that, I also give this a solid 4 on my hype meter. I briefly touched earlier on the canvas sliced HUD feature when I discussed all of the changes coming to ships earlier, and this feature deserves its own little hype grade. I am thoroughly happy that the ships are getting an upgrade, and even happier that different manufacturers will look different with their own color schemes. I do wish we could change colors or keybind color changes to make them easier to view when the background conflicts with the HUD color, such as when the scheme is light blue and you're flying into microtech and you can barely see. However, I am still going to give this feature a solid 4 on my hype meter because it's a good and useful change. Up next is a feature that is one of my most anticipated features, and that is the Law System version 2 surrender system. As a recent Cutlass Blue owner, I am more excited than can be shown on this stream for capturing bounties, and even though this feature is not that yet, it is a step in that direction, so yes, please keep this going. I can only give this feature a 3 on the hype meter because while I am amped for the feature, I rarely break the law, and usually it has been because of a bug anyway when I did, so while I am excited for the future of this feature, this is not what I am hyped for. Last but not least, in the new feature department, we have a new ship coming to 3.14, the Constellation Taurus. This is not a ship I will be purchasing with real money, but I am glad to see a nice ship for cargo that is under $200. When the ship is purchasable in-game, I know I'll have one, so that is something I am looking forward to. I happen to think that ships that will get you more mileage, that aren't all flashy and cool, are the bread and butter of Star Citizen, and this will be just such a ship. I give it a good 3 on my hype meter. So, is that it for this video? Don't you wish? There is something else coming to 3.14, and it's something that really gets me hyped, and that is the 2, not 1, but 2 events coming in the next patch cycle as confirmed by the season finale of Inside Star Citizen. The Ninetales Lockdown and the next Xenothreat event will both be a part of this update. I, for one, am a huge fan of server-wide events. I've seen some of my favorite games in the past do events, and it just changes everything and truly makes a server feel alive. I hope Star Citizen will embrace events and run them multiple times per year, if not every month or 2. I'm happy that one event, the Ninetales Lockdown, is more PvP aimed, and the other one is a little more PvE based. This gives everyone something to look forward to, and it's why I'm giving these events a solid 5 on my hype meter, meaning this train is flying and about to come off the rails. Well, that's going to do it for my first hype train video. When you average all of my scores up, we hit a total hype level of 4. I think that's a decent hype level still for a patch, even though it had some things stripped away from it that felt critical. Did I manage to get you hyped for any of the new features that you might not have been hyped for before? Do you agree with my hype level? On your scale, where did you figure things? Were you higher or lower? And tell me why in the comments below. This is yet another new segment I came up with, and as usual, I tried to make it fun. I hope you like the work I'm doing, and as always, stay positive, citizens, and I'll see you next time when I publish the highlights of the week later on.